All right. So, hi to all my fellow knee dislocators. I'm literally grabbing my leg as I do this. Um, when I was 13 or 14, I went to the beach and I played hacky sack. And on the beach, I did some weird twisted kick for a hacky sack and I dislocated my knee. I was 13 years old, right? And I sat through the leg brace, had people fucking with me through all of high school about it, or junior high. It wasn't high school, it was junior high. And I finally got the knee brace off. And then one of my buddies chased me around the house when we were like 14. I popped my knee out again. And at that point, after the physical therapy had gone through, the physical therapist basically told me, he's like, you're going to go through a lifelong problem with this. Like, it's just the way your body's built. And as a 14-year-old, you don't really understand like how bad that is. I'm 35. Since then, I've dislocated my knee probably, I would say, upwards of maybe even close to 100 times. I mean, there were years where it was like 5, 6 times in a row. And it was mostly because I lived in Michigan that had ice. So a lot of the times I pop my knee out, it'd be me slipping on ice, and I would even walk in the snow to avoid the ice. And sometimes you just have no control over it. And so no, now that I am 35 right now, I've had multiple times where when I was 34, I went to do a bunch of rehab tests, and um, I did a bunch of like interlateral muscle work. So like it pulls the kneecap, the patella this way. Because if you look at any patella dislocations, they all go on the outside. So like if you dislocate your knee on your left leg, it goes this way. If you dislocate your knee on your right leg, it goes that way. It rarely ever goes on the inside. Like, I don't know, the muscle, like you can even feel on your leg, it's just more built that way. But so I was in rehab and I went through physical therapy to try to help my knees, or at least my one knee, my left knee. And that's actually part of the reason why I was even like drinking or doing drugs, was because I can't do sports. I'm hyper limited to anything I do. Everything, like when I walk outside, I have to stare at the ground. Like, because if I make one wrong misstep, I will go through like levels of hell of pain. So every time I walk outside, I can't even look at the world. I have to stare at the ground. And I've had people comment on that. They're like, why are you looking down all the time? It's like, well, you don't understand that this is my safety. But anyway, so I haven't had a knee dislocation, and I would say it would have been 3 months before July of last year. So I am probably around a year and a half since a knee dislocation. And I've been very safe. And I wore knee braces, but the knee braces I still dislocated in my sleep when I was at Harbor Hall. So they didn't really do anything. They didn't protect my knee. Like, my knee's gonna pop out regardless. And I realized that that's also the way that I sleep. I think that when I lean onto my left leg, which has my knee that's bad, is if I turn over while my knee is bent while I'm sleeping and I'm not casually aware, it can pop out. But regardless of all this, last night, actually this morning, um, at around 4:30 a.m. I was completely asleep. I didn't do anything. Like, I just went to sleep after work, and then all of a sudden I wake up to, like, it it was like someone was magnetizing all the pain in my brain to one side, and it was nuclear level. Like, I thought I was gonna black out as soon as I woke up. I was like, and it felt like all of my bones were being sucked to the left side of my body, and I realized that my kneecap had popped out while I was sleeping. But when it popped out, though, this is the big difference, is that, so when a knee, so you pretend that the knuckle's the knee, right? So if you pop it out like here, you can just straighten it, right? And it puts the patella back in place. So the further you get down, the harder it is, because you have to understand that all of the all of the muscles that make a finger work are literally in the front, which is the same thing. Like, what's the way I can describe this? So this works or not? Maybe, maybe not. Gotcha. All right. So you have a finger, right? So this doesn't have like a patella on it, right? So when you put that patella on here, what it does is it helps it bend more easy. Okay. So when that piece of cartilage folds to one side, so you have this all of your muscles over here, right? All of this muscle is designed to pick this up, right? So this muscle on top lets you bend this. Okay. So if the patella is like that, and the patella is controlled all these top muscles, and then the patella snaps off, actually I should go this way, snaps off, goes over here, all these upper muscles, they all fold over. All these top muscles that run that patella just bend over. So to straighten your leg out, to get that to pop back in, right? So what happens is your knee pops out, right? Boom. Instantly bends your legs. All of the, like, this is a rubber band. This is a very tight rubber band. So you pop your knee out, right? Boom. Folds. Now what happens when your knee is basically like that, right? It's clamped. Your fucking kneecap is up here, but it's not. It's on the other side. So, again, normal leg, patella pops out. All these muscles grip, and they grip backwards. So now all of a sudden, your leg is doing this, right? And all of your muscle strength is on this side. So last night, this happened to me. I was asleep, and my leg was already like this. Then, when the kneecap popped out, my leg went completely super, like, muscle tension, like basically cramp. And I was screaming for people to save me, and I don't know what happened, because normally I've dislocated my leg 80 times, and every single time that I've ever dislocated my knee, I've had to stretch my leg out, and it puts my kneecap back in socket. Last night was totally different. I woke up in the middle of the night screaming. My leg was the most clutched I've ever felt in my life. and then all I heard was a, and then all of a sudden my kneecap